Today I'm going to teach you how to do the double crochet stitch. Hey babes! Welcome back to Moonbae Crochet. It is Brandy and today I am here with my third tutorial. In my previous two I taught you how to slip knot and chain and to single crochet. So in this tutorial I will be showing you how to double crochet. Double crochet is another one of the fundamental stitches that I think everybody needs to know. Double crochet stitches are taller than single crochet stitches, so you can work on a project and get length way quicker than you would if you were doing single crochet back and forth. Double crochet stitches are fundamental for learning how to make things like granny squares, like if you want to make a chevron blankets, for example. I mean, you can really do any stitches that you want for these types of things, but specifically for granny stitches and granny squares and things like that, I think double crochet is definitely a fundamental stitch to learn. It teaches you a lot about yarning over and making stitches taller, which gets you ready to do things like half double crochet and treble crochet. And it's overall just another gorgeous stitch. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The materials you will need in order to learn how to double crochet are, of course, your handy dandy hook and some yarn. I once again have size 4 medium weight yarn. This is the Big Twist Value in the color Sky Blue. And then my hook today is a 5mm hook from the Clover Amour brand, but again, use whatever yarn and hook you have available to you as long as they are compatible with each other. That's really all that matters. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you use like a huge hook with size 4 yarn, or, you know, vice versa. I mean, all that will happen is that you will have like more gaps in your work because your tension will be much looser and stuff, but I mean, not a big deal if that's the look that you're going for. So in order to double crochet, you will just need to make a slip knot and chain once again. So I don't know if I did like an incredible job showing you how to do a slip knot in, did I say slip stitch? I meant slip knot, but anyway, slip knot in that first original video. So just take the yarn, wrap it around under the loop over the yarn, and then I just pull it through like that. Then you can pull it to tighten it. So for double crochet, there's like multiple different ways that you could do it. I'm just going to kind of explain it to you in the way that I know how, or like the one that I prefer best. So for double crochet, whatever number of stitches you want in your final work, chain 2 more. So similar to single crochet, if you want 10 single crochets, you chain 11 because your 11th one will be your turning chain. For double crochet, since it's taller than single crochet, you need at least 2 turning chains. So I'm going to chain 12 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So that is our chain of 12. Now, you could chain 13. Some people chain 3 instead of chaining 2 for a double crochet. It all just depends on personal preference. I think 2 for a double crochet is more accurate to the the length of a double crochet, but again, completely up to you. Whatever you like, you go with that. So I have a chain of 12 here. Now, also, some people, you know, so these 2 chains here, you are not going to work into them. Similar to how you don't work into your turning chain for a single crochet, we're going to be working into this 3rd chain from the hook here for a double crochet. Some people count this chain 2 as a stitch. That way when you're working back across your yarn, you will crochet into it. But I personally don't do that, at least unless the pattern I'm using calls for it. But I'm going to just show you how to double crochet in the best way that I know how. And no, the edges aren't like completely straight, but you'll see when we get there. So into your 3rd chain from the hook, what you're going to want to do to get in there is yarn over before you even insert your hook. Then into that 1, 2, 3rd chain from the hook here, insert your hook into the middle of that V, and then yarn over again, pull that through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. What you're going to want to do is yarn over, pull through 2 of those loops like that. And then you have 2 loops left. You're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2. So now you only have 1 loop left on your hook, and that is your first double crochet made. Now I know it looks a little bulky because the chain 2 here, but really this here is like what you're looking at is your double crochet stitch. So I'm going to show you again in the next one. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull through. Now we got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. And that is our second double crochet. So you see how they're much like thicker and taller than single crochets, so you can make like really cozy scarves and blanket with this stitch. Yarn over, insert into the next chain, I guess. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And basically you just continue that all the way down your chain. Alright, now we are at our final chain in the row. So what we're going to want to do is do 1 more double crochet. So yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And then don't forget, if you want to close that gap here, because this was your initial slip knot, go ahead and just pull that short tail and it tightens it right up. Now, in order to turn your work and to go and work into your next row and also, get up to the height that you need in order to make double crochets, instead of chaining 1 like you would for single crochets, you go ahead and chain 2. And like I said, some people like to do a chain 3 instead. Personally, I think chain 3 is a little bit too tall. I would only do that if I was doing like a triple crochet, for example. But to each their own. I chain 2 and then I turn. And now, here's what I meant by some people count this first double crochet as a stitch itself. Some people will not work into this first double crochet stitch here because they count this chain as their double crochet and they'll just go ahead and work into the second one. I personally do not do that. I just treat this as my turning chain, and that's how I got up to the height that I need, but I do work into that first one. So I'm just going to show you the way that I do it. So once again, to double crochet, you yarn over, and again, if you need to see where you need to be placing your hook, of course, just, kind of turn it vertically so you can see the stitches that way. But, you can kind of see the little gaps where you'll be inserting your hook. So here is my first double crochet right here, and I'm inserting into the top of it. And you can see that it is in the correct one because I'm underneath both of those loops that I need to be under. So yarn over, insert into that first double crochet, yarn over and pull through, and then once again I have 3 loops on my hook here. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through those 2. And that is the first double crochet in my next row. And then we're just going to repeat that process. Yarn over, insert into the next double crochet, and you can tell you're there by seeing those, 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, through 2. And you literally just work that all the way down your row. I feel like my light keeps flickering. Oh my gosh, I might need to get a new light soon. Oh no. I hope it's not too distracting. I hope you guys are able to see what I'm doing. Let me just get through this tutorial, please. Yeah, that definitely just got way brighter. What in the world? Okay, so here I am coming up to my very last double crochet. And again, same thing with like single crochets. It can look a little funny here. This was like my initial turning chain of the chain 2 that we didn't use, and we just went into the third chain from the hook. But again, if you just turn it this way, you can see that this is where you're supposed to be inserting your hook. So it's not too, confusing. Go ahead and just yarn over, insert into that very last double crochet, pull through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. And then that is your second row of double crochets made. So in order to start your next row, of course, chain 2, you turn your work, yarn over, insert into that first double crochet, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. And you literally just continue that way. Like I said, you can make your starting chain as long as you'd like it, just whatever number of stitches you'd like in your final product. Go ahead and chain 2 extra. And then every new row, you're gonna chain 2 to chain and then turn your work. And just it's a lot of just yarning over. Double crochet will take up more yarn than like a single crochet will, but it does yield you quite a pretty result. Like, and look how much, this only took 3 rows to get to this length. And like the last time I did single crochets, it took me about 6 to get something this size. So, it's much easier to work up quickly with something like a double crochet. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. I hope this can at least help somebody out there learn how to double crochet. And like, you see how the edges aren't like completely perfect. I don't mind it that way. I know that there are ways to like double crochet to where the edges are super clean and straight, but personally, I don't mind this like cutesy little ruffly look. I feel like, especially if you're like sewing pieces together like it's a sweater or something, you're never going to see these like unclean edges. It's all going to get sewn together and then, it just disappears. But yeah, oh, and then also you can always add borders and things like that to clean up edges. But yeah, anyways, I hope this was helpful, you guys. Thank you so, so much for being here as always. I appreciate you. If the light was flickering, I so apologize for that. I will get it together in the next one, I promise. But yeah, hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye.